There's this incredible arms race happening all around us right now, but it's totally silent. It's all chemical, and it's been going on for millions of years. So today, we're going to dive into the beautiful, deceptive, and frankly, terrifying world of the deadliest plants on Earth.
And that, well, that's not a line from some B-list horror movie. Nope, that's a real clinical description of what happens when you get on the wrong side of nature's most effective chemical weapons. It's the stark reality of how plants defend themselves.
So why? Why is the natural world so deadly? I mean, why would a plant ever need to be that extreme? It almost feels, I don't know, malicious, right? But the real answer is actually way more fascinating, and it all comes down to simple survival.
Okay, so think about it. The core reason is pretty simple, really. A plant can't just get up and run away from predators. It's stuck. So when a hungry animal comes along for a snack, it has to fight back. And since it doesn't have teeth or claws, it uses the only thing it has, a crazy sophisticated arsenal of chemical toxins. It's literally a chemical war, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
All right, first up, the deceptively beautiful killers. These are the ones that really get you, because they lure you in. I mean, we all associate flowers with good things, right? Love, art, celebrations. But as you're about to see, sometimes the most beautiful face hides the deadliest secret.
Just take a look at these two. On the one hand, you've got lily of the valley. You see the stuff in royal wedding bouquets all the time. And on the other, oleander, a flower so beautiful that artists like Klimt and Van Gogh couldn't resist painting it. They're both these huge symbols of beauty. But here's the kicker. They are both absolutely packed with the same kind of poison. It's called cardiac glycosides, and it's a nasty toxin that messes directly with your heart. It's this incredible, deadly secret hiding right there in the open.
Oh, and you can't talk about this stuff without mentioning Deadly Nightshade. This plant has a serious double life. Its fancy name, Atropa belladonna, literally means beautiful woman. And you want to know why? Because for centuries, women in Italy used drops made from it to make their pupils dilate, thinking it made them look more seductive. The irony is just, wow, because while they were using it for beauty, just 10 of its little berries can kill a full-grown adult. Staggering.
Okay, so plants came up with these poisons to protect themselves. But, humans, it didn't take us very long to figure out, hey, we can use this stuff. And we did. For hunting, for rituals, and yeah, for some much, much darker purposes.
Get ready for this one. It's called the sardonic grin. A truly terrifying example is a plant called hemlock water dropwort. Here's what happens. Once somebody ingests it, the poison goes straight for the nervous system. This causes the facial muscles to spasm and pull back into this horrifying smile. And the victim dies with that grin frozen on their face. That's actually where we get the term sardonic grin. Chilling, right?
And the grisly history just keeps coming. Take monkshood, also known as wolf's bane. For ages, its poison, aconite, was the go-to for tipping arrows to hunt massive animals like bears. But then, its story takes a really dark turn. In 1524, Pope Clement VII apparently conducted this gruesome human experiment. He gave the poison to 2 prisoners to test an antidote. One of them actually survived. The other, well, he died in agony. A 50-50 chance with a pope.
It's wild how some of these plants seem almost tailor-made for murder. Case in point, Cerberba odolum, which has the lovely nickname, the suicide tree. It's been called the perfect murder weapon for a reason. Its poison, from the fruit, the othalanga, can be completely masked by spices in a meal. And what's worse, it's notoriously hard to find in an autopsy. It's basically a ghost in the system.
Now, to be fair, it wasn't all murder and revenge. Some of these plants were used for other things, like spiritual quests. Thorn apples, which have the awesome name devil's trumpets, are packed with psychoactive stuff. So some indigenous groups use them to have spiritual visions. They're also the plant famously linked to those old tales of witches flying ointments. But man, this was a high-stakes game. The difference between a dose that gives you a vision and a dose that kills you is razor thin, dangerously small.
So, it's really easy to hear all this and think, okay, scary, but these are all exotic plants in some faraway jungle, right? Well, not exactly. Some of the most dangerous killers are actually hiding in plain sight. They might even be part of your daily life.
Let's talk about an unexpected one. Tobacco. You might be surprised to hear that back in 2020, over a fifth of the entire world's population used it. It's the most widely grown non-food plant on the planet, by far. And here's the crazy part. It's officially classified as a cardiac poison. If you were to just eat the raw leaves, it could literally kill you. So how deadly is it really? 8 million.
Let that sink in for a second. 8 million people. According to the World Health Organization, that's how many people die every single year from tobacco. That death toll is just mind-blowing. It makes tobacco arguably the most successful killer plant of our time. Here's another one with a total split personality, the rosary pea. Look at these bright red seeds. In places like Trinidad, they're beautiful, right? They're worn in bracelets as sacred charms to ward off evil spirits. But here's the paradox. Swallow just one of those seeds and it can be fatal. It's so potent, it's even been used to kill cattle. So you have this one little seed that's both a sacred protector and a deadly toxin.
Okay, but if there's an award for the world's most dangerous tree, it has to go to the Manchineel. Its Spanish name says it all, Little Apple of Death. And honestly, it feels like every single part of this tree is actively trying to hurt you. If you take a bite of its little apple-like fruit, you'll be in pure agony, and it might just kill you. Think you're safe standing under it to get out of the rain? Nope. The rainwater mixes with the sap, drips on you and causes your skin to burn and blister. From the bark to the leaves, it's a total masterpiece of don't touch me, chemical warfare.
So after hearing all that, it would be pretty easy to just think of the natural world as this giant, terrifying minefield. And yeah, I get it. But maybe that's the wrong way to look at it. This isn't a story about evil plants. It's a story about the survival of the stillest, an incredible story of adaptation.
When you really boil it down, these plants aren't malicious. They're not villains in a story. They are simply masters of survival. They can't run, so they spent millions of years perfecting their own unique defense strategy, complex chemistry. They're nature's greatest chemists, survivors who basically won the evolutionary lottery by making themselves too dangerous to mess with. It's a pretty humbling lesson in how life finds a way.
And that kind of leaves us with one final, lingering question, doesn't it? We've just talked about some of nature's most infamous defenses, a lot of them hiding behind beautiful flowers or tempting fruit. So, if this is what nature is capable of, what else is out there, hiding in plain sight, that we walk past every single day?